Hello everyone. Let's solve a few more MCQs from the first chapter, that is teaching and training. So what is the main concept of teaching? So we have discussed this earlier. The main concept of teaching is not following the curriculum, not achieving high scores, not empowering the learners, but to impart the knowledge. Okay. So next question is, what are the objectives of teaching? So objectives of teaching are A, fostering curiosity, yes. Developing critical thinking, yes. Promoting lifelong learning, yes. So the answer would be all of the above. Okay. Next question, which level of teaching involves recalling facts or information without understanding the meaning? So as we all know, memory is recalling facts. Understanding is understanding how the facts are connected to the program or to application of the knowledge. Reflective is application of knowledge in real life situations, and none of the above. So the answer would be A, memory. What is the characteristic of reflective teaching? Here, recalling information is memory level. Applying knowledge to new situations is reflective level. Analyzing and evaluating the ideas is understanding level, and engaging in self-assessment and improvement is again understanding level. Okay, so the answer would be B, applying knowledge in new situations. Which basic requirement of teaching involves having a bachelor's degree in education related field? So which basic requirement of teaching involves having a bachelor degree in education or a related field? Subject matter expertise, pedagogical skills, educational qualifications, or interpersonal skills. So of course, educational qualifications. What is the primary objective of understanding in teaching? Again, recalling facts, memory level. Grasping the meaning of information is understanding level. Applying knowledge is reflective level, and reflecting on the learning experience is reflective level. So the answer would be grasping the meaning of information. Which level of teaching involves using acquired knowledge and skills in new or familiar situations? So the same question again, new and familiar situations will be reflective level. Okay, so the answer is C. What is the characteristic of effective communication in teaching? So what is the important characteristic of effective communication? Using complicated language? No. Confusing students with complex explanation? No. Conveying ideas clearly and effectively? Yes. Avoiding interaction with students? No. So the answer would be conveying ideas clearly and effectively to the students. Which basic requirement of teaching involves regular reflecting on teaching practices and student outcomes? So the options here are continuous professional development, interpersonal skills, subject matter expertise, or pedagogical skills. So regularly reflecting, regularly means continuous. So the answer would be continuous professional development. Next question, what is the main objective of reflective teaching? Again, we have already discussed this. It is a repeated question, and in this particular textbook I have seen a lot of repeated questions, so I will just go through the answer as fast as possible. So what is the main objective of reflective teaching? It is applying the knowledge. Okay, which level of teaching involves breaking down complex information into smaller parts and identifying patterns? That would be understanding level. Okay, again, what is the essential characteristic of professionalism in teaching? Maintaining confidentiality, avoiding collaboration with colleagues, we should not avoid collaboration. Ignoring ethical standard, we should not ignore ethical standard. And demonstrating dishonesty, we should not be dishonest. So the answer would be maintaining confidentiality. Which basic requirement of teaching involves collaborating with the colleagues, parents, stakeholders to support the student success? So all these collaborations will come under the interpersonal skill. It is not related to subject matter, it's not related to pedagogy, and it's not related to professional development. Here we are collaborating, so it is obviously development of interpersonal skills. Okay. What is the primary objective of applying in teaching? That means using knowledge in new situations. That is where we apply, right? Recalling facts is memory level, grasping the meaning of information is understanding level, and reflecting on learning experiences reflective level. So applying comes under using knowledge in new situations. Which level of teaching involves making judgment or assessment based on criteria and standards? So you are making judgment and assessment, and level of teaching is asked. Okay, there are only three levels: memory level, understanding level, and reflective level. So in which level we are making judgments or assessments? We are doing it in reflective level. Okay. What is the characteristic of effective classroom management in teaching? A. Creating a negative learning environment? No. Ineffective communication with students? No. Establishing routine and managing behavior? Maybe. And avoiding student engagement? That is also a no. So the answer would be C. Which basic requirement of teaching involves adapting instruction to meet the diverse needs and learning style of the students? The diverse needs and learning style of the students is educational qualification? No. Interpersonal skill? That is about collaboration. Subject matter expertise? No. It is about the pedagogical skills. What is the primary objective of memory in teaching? So why do we need memory? Grasping meaning of information is understanding level. Recalling information is memory level. Applying and both these come under reflective level. So the answer is, we are asking about the memory level, right? So the answer would be recalling facts or information. Which level of teaching involves synthesizing information to generate new products or interpretation? So new products are made or generated or created in reflective level. So they have asked the level of teaching. You have to know there are only three levels of teaching: memory, understanding, and reflective. So creating will not be an answer absolutely. The answer would be A, B, or D. But here, since they are asking about creating or generating, it is the answer is D. What is a characteristic of cultural competence in teaching? So why do we need to teach culture or cultural competence? Avoiding diversity in the curriculum? No, we actually want to add diversity in the curriculum. Demonstrating respect for diverse cultures? Let's see. Ignoring the needs of English language learner? No, we don't want to ignore. Promoting stereotype and biases? No, we don't want to promote stereotype. So the answer would be D, demonstrating respect for diverse cultures. What is the primary objective of understanding in teaching? Again, same question, repeated question. Understanding is grasping the meaning of information. Which level of teaching involves using acquired knowledge and skills? Again, repeated question. It is reflective. What is the characteristic of effective communication in teaching? Again, repeated question. It is conveying ideas clearly and effectively. Which is a basic requirement of teaching involves regular reflecting on teaching practices and student outcome? Again, repeated question. The answer was continuous professional development. What is the main objective of reflective teaching? Repeated question. Applying knowledge. Which level of teaching involves breaking down complex information into smaller parts and identifying patterns? Again, repeated question. Understanding is the answer. What is essential characteristic of professionalism in teaching? Again, repeated question. It is to maintain confidentiality. What is the basic requirement of teaching which involves collaboration with colleagues? Again, interpersonal skill. Repeated question. What is the primary objective of applying in teaching? Why do we need to apply? Using knowledge in new situations. Repeated question. Which level of teaching involves making judgment or assessment based on criteria and standards? Repeated question. Reflective. Which level of teaching involves synthesis of information to generate new products? Again, repeated question. Reflective. What is the characteristic of cultural competence? Repeated question. Demonstrating respect for diverse cultures. Which basic requirement of teaching involves integrating educational technology tools into instruction? So this is a new question. They're talking about educational technology tools into instruction. So here cultural competence comes? No. Professional development comes? No. Interpersonal skills comes? No. It is technological literacy. What is the primary objective of creating in teaching? Again, repeated question. It is for generating new products or interpretations. Which level of teaching involves reflecting on personal beliefs, values, and experiences? So this is a new question. Here you have to understand it was reflecting on personal beliefs, values, and experiences. It comes under memory level. You might think because the word reflecting is used, it comes under reflective level, but here you have to understand the level of teaching involves reflecting on personal beliefs, values, and experiences. That means what we already know, we are thinking about or recalling. So the answer would be memory level. What is an essential characteristic of effective classroom management in teaching? Again, a repeated question, and the answer would be establishing routine and managing behavior. Which basic requirement of teaching involves understanding and respecting diverse cultures, backgrounds, and perspectives? So it comes under cultural competence. What is the primary objective of evaluating in teaching? Why do we want to evaluate? So evaluating in teaching is for recalling facts? No. For grasping the meaning of information? No. Or for reflecting on learning experiences? No. But to make judgment or assessment based on the criteria and standard. Which level of teaching involves applying knowledge in new situations and reflecting on learning process? The answer would be D. It is again a repeated question. So in this particular book, there are a lot of repeated questions. So if you're wondering, so basically what I am doing, I am searching through the different books and different MCQs, and we are solving all those MCQs one by one. So if you feel these are repetitive, you can go and watch my other videos. Okay. So what is the characteristic of effective assessment and feedback in teaching? Why do we need to assess and give feedback in teaching? Administering assessments infrequently, providing vague and unhelpful feedback? No. Administering assessments infrequently? No. Using assessment data to inform instruction? Yes. Ignoring students' individual needs? No. Which level of teaching involves encouraging students to explore underlying principles and concepts? So in which level we are encouraging the students to explore the underlying concepts and principles? We are doing it in understanding level. What is the characteristic of student-centered teaching? So student-centered teaching is which one? There are two, andragogy and heutagogy. So teacher dominance in the classroom is a characteristic? No, it is student-centered. So it is student-dominated. Passive learning for students? No. Rigid adherence to the curriculum? No. It is active involvement of the student in their own learning. So this is the answer. Which basic requirement of teaching involves adapting instruction to meet individual student need? So individual student need is pedagogical skills? No, it is teacher based or teacher centric. Interpersonal skills? No, it is about collaboration and cooperative approach. Cultural competence? No, it is about the culture. So this individual student need differentiation strategy is needed. Okay. What is the primary objective of analyzing in teaching? Why do we need to analyze? Analyzing will help us recalling facts? No. Understanding underlying principles? Maybe. Breaking down complex information? Maybe. Reflecting on learning experiences? Maybe. So basically this question should be what is not. So the answer would be A. But since the same question, if the same question comes in your exam, what you're supposed to select? You're supposed to select the best possible answer. So understanding underlying principle would be the primary objective of analyzing, right? So the answer would be B. Which level of teaching involves integrating different sources of information to form a cohesive understanding? So in memory, we are just using the memory that we already have, okay? So we are recalling. So this cannot be our answer. Next is understanding, reflective, and creating. So here you can see which level. So you have to remember the 3 levels that are in teaching. So here you can see they have asked for level of teaching, and then they have given a word called understanding. So basically the answer would be understanding. What is a characteristic of inclusive teaching practices? Inclusive teaching practices means ignoring students with diverse needs? No. Providing the same instruction to all, that means generalizing? No, we are actually individualizing. Inclusive teaching means adapting instruction to meet the needs of all students? Yes. And fostering competition among the students? No, that is not good. Fostering competition is not our aim. So answer would be C, adapting instruction to meet the needs of all students. What is a basic requirement of teaching? Involves staying current with development in the field of education. Current, staying current means, the word current itself means continuous. So the answer would be continuous professional development. Okay. The primary objective of evaluating in teaching is, this is again repeated, evaluation we are doing to make judgment and assessment. Which level of teaching involves application of knowledge in real world context and reflecting on its impact? Again, repeated question, answer is reflective. What is a characteristic of effective classroom assessment in teaching? Using a one-size-fits-all approach? No, we should never generalize the teaching. Providing assessments without feedback? No. Aligning assessment with the learning objectives? Yes. And administering assessments infrequently. We should not administer assessments infrequently. We should do them more frequently so that we can assess the student response. Okay. So if you like how we are studying the NTET, and if you like my other videos, we have a course of NTET. You can go to the playlist called NTET course. You can study from there itself. It's a very in-depth explanation of the entire NTET syllabus. So do like, share and subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get the latest updates. Thank you.